Hey everybody, welcome back to MTG Spec, where lives are ruined and dreams are destroyed. I just got back from Second and Charles up in Kennesaw, Georgia, and I spent $53 I'll never get back. $53.34. So I'm ruined financially. I'll never recover from this. But let's see how I did. First of all, what did I spend? $5 on Equilibrium. This is actually a great movie. It's my second favorite Christian Bale movie after The Dark Knight. Excuse me. So there's that. Some magic cards, as we'll get to. Got 100 magic cards. So this Captain America 310, it's not in the best shape. Like you can see a little bit of a, there's a couple little corner dings. It's not terrible, but it's not perfect either. But this is the first appearance of several of the Serpent Society characters, and I really love them. They're my favorite Captain America villains. And one of them that appears in here is Diamondback, who was his love interest for a while. Anyway, I'm kind of a Captain America fan. He's cool. This was interesting. Dragon Slayer. I think this is part 2 of 2, because it says the final conflict, and you know, if you haven't seen that movie, spoiler, the wizard versus the dragon, they don't roll that out in the first act. So that's pretty cool. I just love that movie, and you don't see stuff like this very often. Marvel used to do a lot of movie adaptations. This has one of my favorite Hulk scenes. I won't get into the story, but anyway, it's cute, but sad. Anyway, and then I found this, Flash Gordon. Gordon's alive! Yeah, so I actually got 2 of these. 2 Flash Gordons. So I'm guessing because of the numbering, this was just like a Whitman series that was just doing adaptations. But yeah, there he is, Flash Gordon. And I like this movie a lot. So I'm kind of glad to see something like that. It should be fun. And then another 2-parter, Magnus Robot Fighter 1 and 2. These were published by Valiant. And they're really good. I mean, Valiant in general was a great company back in the day. They've kind of gone off the rails now, but they used to be really cool, and I've never owned any of those, except for the Captain America. But anyway, you'll see in the back there's like a little weird Pokemon. We'll get to at the end, but see how I did. I just collect Eldrazi. I just accumulate them. I have a reason I won't go into now, but Valkyrie Sword. There weren't a lot of like rares to be found, by the way, but this one you get to make an angel every time you attack or something like that. It just looked like something I could put in my angel deck. I always collect Therese Nielsen art. She's sort of been non-personed by Magic, but she was, you know, along with like Rebecca Gay and Quentin Hoover, one of the best artists they've ever had in terms of like kind of that fine art look. I've been making a lot of Magic decks for my EDH decks that I sell at work, and it's hard finding interesting 5-color things to throw in a commander, so that's kind of fun. I am working on a colorless deck, spider deck. Burst Lightning, I only picked these up because I just noticed that I think this was in the new Secrets of Strixhaven, like the spells slot, or you know, whatever it is, the Japanese showcase spell cards. And I was like, is this even rare? Or I guess they haven't really reprinted it before for a while, but it's also good for Commander in general. I'm working on a Spirits deck, so anytime I see a Kami or a Spirit or something like that, I'll grab those up. I'm not even sure what colors I'm going to run, but this card's really good. Creates little mirror tokens and just really beautiful art. She's stunning. I would definitely take her to Panera. She's awesome. And then more dragon stuff, vampire deck. Okay, this is really dumb, but for some reason I want to work on a deck that has a lot of 4-ofs, where you get benefits for having 4 of one card that names itself. It's stupid. Although I think this was also in the Dan deck. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like an interesting card. Boy, the old birds deck, where like turn 1 you'd get like a white bird and then like bounce things back to your hand. I don't know. There used to be a really nasty birds deck I've never really run, but I always wanted to. I saw a Griffin Rider, and so I wound up buying a bunch of Griffins, more birds, but also populate is even better than proliferate, because you're actually you're doubling a token of some kind, and you could have like an 8/8 Godsire token out there, and this one little spell will populate it and double it, or get another permanent creature. So populate's a very powerful mechanic from the Ravnica, one of the Ravnica blocks, and it's really good. Goblin Vandal's just fun. I picked up over a playset because you can actually use him to destroy all kinds of artifacts and stuff like that. It's just kind of fun. I just like the old school art. This used to be really powerful back in the day, back during the Weatherlight. The Imperial Armor, +X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. I feel like this would be fun in a Reliquary Tower, Ivory Tower type deck with like maybe a Library of Lang, so you can just draw as many cards as you want. Yeah, Griffin Riders, this card in Sealed is brutal if you have a Griffin, because you're basically getting a Sarah Angel for 2 mana. Really good stuff. Might do a Dwarf deck at some point, more of those guys. It's funny, some guy sidled up next to me while I was looking, and he's like, "Do you mind if I look?" And I was like, "Yeah," which, has double meaning, but I found these rares, and I offered them to him, because I wasn't really rare hunting. I was just kind of looking for rando stuff, and he didn't want them, so I wound up buying them. But the Sky Sovereign is actually the best hit of the search, because it's a mythic. Griffins. Okay, this is another guy that like mentions himself, so I want a 4 of there. More populate, I think. No, this is a good populate target, though. It creates birds. I had so much fun deck building during the Ravnica block. And there's one, I guess that's from Gatecrash, but this Blood Rush ability is crazy. Give a creature +4/+4 and trample at instant speed. Like, that's really good. Merfolk Traders. I just thought it was cute. Hey, buddy. Oh, my little friend Rex is saying hi. Sculptor of Winter. This one is it's a snow creature, so it creates snow mana, and it untaps snow land. So yeah, I guess that's how it makes snow mana. But anyway, Darting Merfolk. I just never seen this card. This card has one of the best enter the battlefield triggers I've ever seen, where every time it enters the battlefield, you get a 4/4 White Angel with flying, and you can just throw them in a Conjurer's Closet and just bounce them every turn, get a free 4/4 flyer every turn. It's pretty good. Oh, that's another one of those rares I offered the other guy. Probably just put it in a deck, but this card was interesting. I really hadn't seen a lot, so I figured I'd get at least a playset likewise. This, I don't even know what set this is from, but that's a cool looking insect token. More of those. A little dragon for a dragon deck. Again, I don't know what the heck this thing is, but I've never seen one, and it looked interesting. More spirits. More tree folk. Rogue Elephant's another one that's fun. When it comes to play, sacrifice a forest or bury him. So you can turn 1, get a 3/3 for 1, sack a forest. Turn 2, you play another forest. Turn 3, you play a third forest, and there's actually a card called like Harvest Worm. It's like a 4/2 where like it only costs 2 mana, but you have to return a card from your graveyard to your hand in order to play it. So those two together work really well. I always wanted to build that deck, even though it's kind of slow. But these are fun, the little things that you punch out to show exert. I just haven't seen these in a while. There's a little avatar token that I don't remember seeing. A little spirit dude. More Griffin Riders, more Griffins to ride, more Urbis Protector, more Rogue Elephant, Sapperling that, again, interesting. I don't know what set that's from, but that's interesting art. I don't think I have that one. I'm going to try to put together another group of tokens, like just keep any unique token I find and hold on to them. Tristani's Judgment is another populate card, pretty good. Vehicle deck, another guy that's like a 4/0 guy. Kivkin Soldier, like that's from Shadowmoor, so that's a pretty old token. Oh yeah. And then Eventide was coming up. This reminds me, this was this Selkie they put on the art, I thought that it was going to be a card, and it's actually the only time I ever wrote Wizards of the Coast. I was like, you know, there's a girl Selkie on the preview art. Like, is she going to be in the set? And they're like, nope. They just threw her in there. But this is a beautiful piece of art that should have been a creature. More Tristani's Judgment. Okay, we got a little bit of a Pokemon. I like this. Trainer. I haven't seen her before. And then we got a few energy, like lightning energies. I've been building those EV boxes, and I needed those. I've actually never seen this steel Togadamaro, whoever he is, but he's kind of cute. And then another kind of cute trainer I've never seen. And then this was the one that had the weird card back. Let's compare card backs. So it's a little Japanese card back, I guess. But do all Japanese cards look like this, or is this like a fake, or is it like a goofy one? I don't know. I've seen this card before, so I know this art and this card is a real card. But I don't know. Is this the current style in Japan? I wouldn't know. But it's kind of cute. Anyway, that's how I waste all my money today. I'll see y'all later. Okay, bye.